Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're down at the storage yard and we're doing a bit of Sunday tinkering. Tinkering, really old word I guess. It's been around a long time. You always hear it, he's always tinkering with his car. And this is what I do, but I don't tinker for tinker's sake. So let's have a look at a few little tinkerings I'm going to be doing today. Might save you a few quid as well. So the first thing that I looked at once I had a good walk around the caravan, which incidentally is filthy, I'll show you in a minute, was that some bar steward has stolen me dust cap off my alcohol wheel lock. And to make matters worse, the water's got in just behind the actual lock and it's rusted on. So what we're going to be doing is getting some of this trusty WD-40, putting plenty in it and see if we can free it up so that I can take it off. Because the last thing you want to do is come to one of these when you're ready to go away and it won't come off. So I'm going to do that now. So as you can see, get the key in, fit it in. It turns to a certain degree and then it won't turn anymore. It's quite rusted on that, so let's get the WD-40 out and give it a good spray. So while that's doing its job, let's have a quick look around the caravan. So first of all, let's apologise for any wobbly camera movement here. I've just took it off its tripod, and as you can see, it's absolutely filthy. Now, if you never need an advert for putting a cover on it, this is a good one, because this was spotlessly clean before we actually went and put it into storage. And as you can see, it's green and streaky. It's a bit of a mess really. That cockerel's telling me to wake up, it's Sunday morning. Oh dear, what a tale of woe this is. It's a right mess. Now, one thing you do need to do, I'll just point up here, you can see the guttering at the top there, or the lip, that needs to be cleaned out, because that is where you'll get a leak if you don't maintain it. Now, I will say, if you haven't, I'd buy one. Get yourself a cover. I left it off this year because I was doing some filming and I needed it to be not on, but boy have I paid for it. It's absolutely filthy. So needless to say, next year at the end of the season, or this year should I say, we will be putting the cover back on because it's a damn mess. So the next job I've noticed is this. The actual, you see that's depressed and it's staying depressed. The spring seems to have come out of sync. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. I need a crosshead screwdriver to remove it. What I have found with these sometimes is the spring can misalign and it makes it stick like so. So we'll take it off and we'll have a look at it and see if we can repair it. If not, I'm going to have to order a new one. Now what you've got to bear in mind is these screws actually hold the handle on as well. They're more like a bolt as opposed to an actual screw, see, like so. Drop that off a minute. Let's have a look. There we go. So it seems to be working fine, it's just that it's just not catching on the inside of here. I don't know. Let's see if we can get that into focus. You see the spring there? Well, the actual catch actually fits inside there as well, pushing it back and down so it opens. So let's see if we can put it back now. We might have fixed it just by just loosening it and putting it back on. Seems to have done it. Let's put it back now. Just hopefully I've got it lined up. one going, and then we can go from there. Right, that's inside, and this one looks like it's aligned too. Yeah, that's wonderful. It's still sticking a little bit. I hope I don't have to order another one. That one's working fine. Might have to order a new one. I had another fiddle with it off camera, and I just undid it and managed to depress this, and I put a little bit of WD-40 into it to give it a little bit of lubrication, and it's actually working now fine, so I'm dead pleased about that. There we go, we're nice and closed. Let's take a look at the next job. Okay, so the next job I've noticed is this. Again, it's another catch. It seems to be catching lockweed for me. The rubber grommet there, or washer, as you can see, it's perished, so I'm going to be replacing that. The reason why I'm going to replace it is basically because otherwise we'll have metal touching the mirrored glass, and it could crack it or make it break. So we're going to carefully take it off. Again, we're going to need a Phillips screwdriver for this job, and it looks like it's in a few parts, so it could be quite complex this, but we'll give it a whirl and see if we can fix it. I hope this picks up on camera, but it has two screws here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to undo them. They are cross-headed again. Just carefully undo that. It's quite a long screw because it goes through to the other part of the catch. So we need to be careful in a minute, just in case we actually lose a spring or something that might be compressed behind it. So there we go. That's that. Now, as you can see, there's a little lever there, which is obviously what you press, and off this has come now. Let's have a look, and there's what's left of the washer. You can see it's split. So I'm going to have a look in my washer box now, see if I've got one there to replace it. So this is the original washer, and as you can see, it's perished. Now, I looked at my washers that I had, and this was the nearest in circumference, but it's too thick, so it won't serve a purpose. So what I've managed to do is take one of the larger ones of these, and I've stretched it over it now, and as you can see, that's a nice fit, and it's the same thickness as the original, so in theory it should work. Now what it does is, if you look on this side, there's a spring there. This fits in like so, obviously when it's screwed together in between the mirror, like so, and when it's pressed, let's get it right, and when it's pressed, what it should do is should release this like so. So I'm going to do that now. Let's go and fit this. Okay, so I'm going to fit this now. So with the button on the up and this on the down, as in this there, you fit it into the slot like so. Once you've got that in, you can then fit your screws. Now just be careful with your screws, because you want to make sure you've got them in back in the original holes and you don't actually cause a cross thread on them. So we've now fitted it on, and as you can see, the catch is actually working now. It is really fiddly, this, I'll be really honest with you. It's not the easiest of jobs. You've just got to get that tang inside the spring housing, and once you've done that and you've levelled it up, then screw it up. So quickly just test it, make sure it's working, and there we go. Really pleased with that one. So while I was filming the other pieces for this video, I left the penetrating WD-40 fluid to do its job. So let's see if we can get this off now. Yes. Now you can see where the penetrating fluids got it, but it wasn't the actual barrel, it was the actual lock itself. What I'm going to do now is clean off the WD-40 with a cloth or a tissue, and I'm going to smear some of my tried and trusted grease on it as well. This is graphite grease. So here's the graphite grease that I've got, I'm going to be using on here. I'm going to put quite a generous amount on it. Now make sure you've got something to clean your hands with after, because it is a bit mucky, this stuff. We're going to give it a really generous coating all round. Right, so now what I'm going to do is just slide it in there carefully a minute. Just get the key. We're going to slide that in. Now that's on now. Just clean my hands a bit more. And I'm going to put a little bit in the actual lock area as well. Now, I've ordered myself a new dust cap for here, but it's going to take a few days to come. I'd hoped it would come today for this video, but unfortunately it's not arrived. So I'm just going to bung that up with some grease for now. Stop any moisture penetrating. And that should be safe and ready for when I come back and put the cap on. So that should last a lot longer now. Well folks, I have to confess, I am a self-confessed tinkerer. I love trying to fix things and save myself a few quid at the same time. I'm not tight, I will spend it if I need to, but on minor things like this, why spend money at dealers or caravan engineers when you could perhaps have a go yourself? A few hand tools, bit of WD-40, it'll save your caravan, and also if you keep maintaining it like I do, it's going to last a lot longer as well. They always say look after the things that you own and they'll look after you. Now if you like this video and any other videos that I've got on the channel, I'd appreciate it if you'd go and watch them, give us a thumbs up, perhaps comment if you wish to, and also if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's free of charge and it helps the channel progress. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you'll join us again real soon, but in the meantime, bye for now.